ॐ अज्ञानातिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं सागजातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सह गण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोऽस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नमः ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते वेदांत स्वामिनि इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्चात या हरे कृष्ण माता जी।
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji, you can start reading.
ओके माता जी। तेषां ज्ञानी नित्यायुक्ता एका भक्तिर्विविष्यते प्रियो हि ज्ञानी नो त्यातिम aham sacha mama priya. Of these, the one who is in full knowledge and who is always engaged in pure devotional service is the best. I am very dear to him and he is very dear to me. Out of the four classes of men who approach God, he who is philosophically trying to understand the nature of God, who is trying to become Krishna conscious, Vishishyate, is best qualified. Indeed, Krishna says that such a person is very dear to him because he has no other business than understanding God. The others are inferior. No one has to pray to God to ask for anything, and he who does so is foolish because he does not know that the all knowing God is within his heart and is well aware when he is in distress or in need of money. The wise man realizes that and does not pray for relief from the material miseries. Rather, he prays to glorify God and inform others how great he is. He doesn't pray for his personal interest, for bread, for dress, or shelter. The pure devotee, when he is distressed, says, Dear Lord, this is your kindness. You have put me into distress just to rectify me. I should be put in much greater distress, but out of your mercy, you have minimized this. This is the vision of a pure devotee who is not disturbed. He who is in Krishna consciousness does not care for material distress, insult, or honor because he is aloof from all these. He knows well that distress, honor, and insult pertain to the body only, and that he is not the body. Socrates, for instance, who believed in the immortality of the soul, was condemned to death. And upon being asked how he would like to be buried, he replied, First of all, you may have to catch me. So one who knows he is not the body is not disturbed, for he knows the soul cannot be caught, tortured, killed, or buried. He who is conversant with the signs of Krishna knows perfectly well that he is not the body, that he is part and parcel of Krishna, and his relationship is with Krishna, and that somehow or other, although he has been put in this material body, he must remain aloof from the three qualities of material nature. He is not concerned with the modes of goodness, passion, or ignorance, but with Krishna. One who understands this is a jnani, a wise man, and he is very much dear to Krishna. Our distressed man, when he is put into opulence, may forget God, but a jnani who knows the real position of God will never forget him. There is a class of Gyanis called impersonalist who say that because worshipping the impersonal is too difficult, a form of God has to be imagined. These are not real Gyanis, they are fools. No one can imagine the form of God, for God is so great. One may imagine some form, but that's a concussion. It is not the real form. There are those who imagine the form of God, and there are those who deny the form of God. Mataji, someone is at my door. I will just return in few seconds.
Okay, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah, continue.
These
Yeah.
are not real Gyanis, they are fools. No one can imagine the form of God, for God is so great. One may imagine some form, but that's a concussion. It is not the real form. There are those who imagine the form of God, and there are those who deny the form of God. Neither is a Gyani. Those who imagine the form of God are called iconoclasts. During the Hindu Muslim rites in India, some Hindus would go to the Muslim mosque and break statues and images of God, and the Muslims would reciprocate in like manner. In this way, they were both thinking, we have killed the Hindu god, we have killed the Muslim god. Similarly, when Gandhi was leading his resistance movement, many Indians would go to street and destroy the mailboxes, and in this way, they were destroying the government postal services. The people of such mentality are not Gyanis. The religious wars between the Hindus and Muslims and the Christians and non-Christians were all conducted on the basis of ignorance. One who is in knowledge knows that God is one. He cannot be Muslim, Hindu, or Christian. It is our imagination that God is such and such and such and such. That is all imagination. The real wise man knows that God is transcendental. One who knows that God is transcendental to the material modes truly knows God. God, God is always beside us, present in our hearts. When we leave the body, God also goes with us, and when we take on another body, He goes with us there just to see what we are doing. When shall we turn our face towards Him? He is always waiting. As soon as we turn our face towards God, He says, my dear son, come on. Sacha Mama Priya, you are eternally dear to me. Now you are turning your face to me, and I am very, very glad. The wise man, the Jnani, actually understands the signs of God. One who only understands that God is good is in a preliminary stage, but one who actually understands how great and good God is further progressed. That knowledge is to be had in Srimad Bhagavatam and the Bhagavad Gita. One who is actually interested in God should study the science of God, the Bhagavad Gita. Idam tu te guhya tamam pravakshyami अनासूयवे ज्ञानम विज्ञान सहितम यज्ञ ज्ञानत्वा मोक्षसे subhat. My dear Arjuna, because you are never envious of me, I shall impart to you this most confidential knowledge and realization, knowing which you shall be relieved of the miseries of material nature. The knowledge of God imparted in the Bhagavad Gita is very subtle and confidential. It is full of jnana, metaphysical wisdom, and vijnana, scientific knowledge, and it is full of mystery also. How can one understand this knowledge? It must be imparted by God Himself or a bona fide representative of God. Therefore, Sri Krishna says that whenever there is a discrepancy on understanding the science of God, He incarnates Himself. Nor does knowledge come from sentiment. Devotion is not a sentiment, it's a science. Srila Rupa Goswami says, a show of spirituality without reference to the Vedic knowledge is simply a disturbance to society. One must taste the nectar of devotion by reason, argument, and knowledge, and then he must pass it on to others. One should not think that Krishna consciousness is mere sentimentality. The dancing and singing are all scientific. This is a science, and there is also loving reciprocation. Krishna is very dear to the wise man, and the wise man is very dear to Krishna. Krishna will return our love toward thousandfold. What capacity does we finite creatures have to love Krishna? But Krishna has immense capacity, unlimited capacity for love. Mataji, should I stop here?
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you. Anything anyone add? Wanna add? Prabhuji, you wanna add something?
Mataji, here Prabhupada is telling us that we shouldn't think that the form of Lord is some kind of imagination.
Hmm.
There are many people in our society who who spreads this message that the form of God is an imagination. Even the TV serial which are made nowadays, they write in the beginning of their shows, disclaimer: all the characters are fictional. So that's and Namaprad, uh, isn't it?
Ah,
That's a Namaprad
and they
that
show that
that
when one person is died, the jyotis beam on on Krishna or on Jagannath ji. And I watch a show. It's a I think Jagannath, I think temple, I think it's related to that. I'm very curious, so I was to so that person when die, he goes us to like like Mayavadi's theory. We are a jyoti and we believe into you know Brahmanda or Paramatma. He goes on to him. I say what is this? So these are the things they are putting. Wow.
yes, Mataji, and
Nicely
also
nonsensical.
yes, Mataji. These shows are quite nonsense. Even the serial which were produced in earlier times, like Raman and Sagar's Krishna, in that show also the gopis were almost 25, 26, and Krishna was portrayed as a 13 to 14 years old boy.
Hmm.
So
And
that
they
was
give
also
not
quite
the
wrong.
real truth, like why Krishna थे the माखन, why Krishna, मतलब behind the scene वो कुछ नहीं दिखाते, वही बात है. उसे
They
फ्रंट
just
का
so
ऐसे
yeah,
दिख
yeah.
देते हैं ताकि इमेज वो बने रहनी चाहिए, एंटरटेनमेंट होनी
Yeah,
चाहिए पीपल.
yeah, because people want spiritual entertainment.
That's why
Uh,
one
because from yeah
one
from all the previous life they were having entertainment in all the previous lives, so they want entertainment this life also, and even after coming to spirituality they want to have some kind of entertainment.
And in this I watch today Moglila Prabhuji session. Does we watch to Krishna serial to know about more about Krishna? What about the serial? They are showing that is Radharani in Dwarka and she have enjoying with Krishna. What is this मतलब nonsense? मतलब, I don't know. And Ananya Mataji was asked some question. Hare Krishna Mataji, and infinite and finite both are equal? No, no, they are not.
No, no,
Okay.
infinite and finite they are not equal. Yes, if you talk mathematically also they are not equal. The
Yes.
set which is finite you can calculate the number of elements, but the set which is infinite you cannot calculate. And there are three kinds of infinity in mathematics. We will talk about it later after the class.
Okay. And Mataji, anything you wanna ask Ananya Mataji about this particular topic? What is infinite and finite actually what to? Is it about to Param Brahma, Paramatma or something about this? Or something?
um, Infinite is something uh,
Hmm.
in which if you add something it will again turn out to be infinite, or
Infinite.
if you subtract something it will again turn out to be infinite. Mathematically speaking, infinite is something that's very big. If you talk mathematically in the sense of mathematics, something that is very big, that is
Huh.
beyond your perception, is infinite. But
Oh no?
according to Ishopanishad, Lord is
Under.
infinite and He is Purna, and all the emanations which comes from Him is also Purna. And even after being
Huh.
the complete, the Lord remains the
Hmm.
complete.
Yeah. Okay, I want to add on the topic. Sakundala Mataji, you want to ask something?
Yes, Mataji, I have a doubt.
Yeah, yeah, please.
Hare Krishna Mataji and Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Uh,
Hare Krishna Mataji.
so in this page we read that the Jnani people they don't care for material honor and insults. But in Adhyay 1 or 2, I'm not sure, in Gita, when Arjun was not ready to fight, so Krishna was saying that if you will not fight, so it will lead to your disfamy, and to a person like you, disfamy is not affordable. So it means that honor important है
No,
उसके
no, no,
according
no,
like मैंने
no,
तो
no.
कुछ शायद पढ़ा
For
था.
a kshatriya, if someone is, ask you to fight, it is your dharma to fight with that person. If you not fight, it will be dishonored. It will dishonored for the kshatriya, and it is similar to die of a kshatriya. That is the point of kshatriya he want to apply on that topic. Is I am right, Prabhuji? Wrong, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji. If he would not fight, then he would violate the principles of Varnashrama
Yes,
Dharma.
yes, yes. And that
Yeah,
is
because
Kshatriya Dharma,
yeah,
that is Kshatriya Dharma. Yeah.
yes, Mataji. Even
Not
Mataji people,
even. Actually,
even Mataji,
yeah,
yes,
Prabhuji,
Mataji.
continue. Yeah, yeah.
Even Mataji, Yudhishthira agreed to gamble with the Duryodhana because he was a Satriya.
Huh.
And if someone asked to gamble, then he had to gamble at that time.
For Kshatriya, actually, gambling is illegal, actually. I listen from
Yeah,
Amulya Prabhuji. Yeah, for Kshatriya, gambling is legal. But how, matlab, Duryodhan is asked to. And for asking matlab, Kshatriya, if some girl asks a Kshatriya, please can you accept me as your wife or as something. So he have to accept that. So there is no question of Kshatriya. Kshatriya have to accept all the things if that is coming unto him. Okay, Mataji?
yeah, Mataji. It's
Okay,
not like
thank you,
Tango
Mataji.
Charlie, in which the soldier chooses a person to marry. It's not like Tango Charlie, the film.
Yeah, yeah. And nowadays, if that parampara is coming up, all are not brahmachari, all are grihastha.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, I wanna add on something actually. Okay, anyone can say me why Krishna make this material world?
Yeah, Mataji, because we were having an intense desire to enjoy, and Krishna is seated in our hearts. He knows our desires, so he made this a kind of dummy setup,
Yes, yes,
and said, "Ja beta, do whatever you want to do, fulfill your
yes.
desires." And after we are exhausted in this world, we again go to Krishna, and we
Yes,
say, "Oh Krishna, please take us back."
it's true.
But many
So
people don't realize that they're suffering. Many people don't realize they're suffering.
they are saying, oh my god, this is a very beautiful enjoying place. And if you listen recent news, just for who is death, I don't know his name. He say in his article, in his last word is, oh please save me, I don't want to die bhai. 80 साल की हो गए हो, अब कितना जीना है?
Uh,
Yeah,
People don't want to die,
they
Mataji,
they they
because
don't
the
want to.
nature,
Yeah.
yeah, Mataji, because the nature of soul is Satchit Anand,
Yes.
and we don't want to die,
Yes.
but
So,
still we have to die.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So Krishna make this. Krishna say us, don't go to that place. Don't go. There is so miseries. Don't go. Krishna, when a baby is there, he say, oh, I can pass this road easily. Don't put my, don't put you my hand. Don't do that. So फिर भी क्या होता है, parents hold their hand and take it to other side. But that's like, we want, no Krishna, we can't enjoy here, we want to enjoy specifically, we don't want to enjoy with you. Okay, you enjoying and we are suffering, no, we are your dasa, no, we can do it, we are going to that material world to enjoy specially. So while we talking like this, Krishna will say us, don't go beta, there is material. If someone want, क्योंकि लव जो होता है वो दोनों की तरफ से होनी चाहिए. इफ सम पर्सन इज केप्टिंग होल्डिंग, नो आई डोंट वांट टू, यार क्या बकवास लड़का है यार, हमेशा मेरे पास में रहता है, मुझे नहीं चाहिए यार, मुझे जाना है, तो गए भाई गए तुम. वो कृष्ण हमें फ्री विल देते हैं कि जाओ तुम एंजॉय, तुम्हें पता चले कि मुझसे दूर रहने का मतलब क्या होता है. फिर भी क्या करते हैं, कृष्ण हमारे साथ रहते हैं, ही इज विथ अस इवन इफ वी आर इन मैच्योर वर्ल्ड. So Krishna is with us. So in this particular line I want to mention that if this, in this material world we are having, we are just look at those ants who are, they're the small jibatma, when their bhagya will open, when they get a chance to be a human, and we are get a chance to be as a human, and we don't practice bhakti. People are not practice bhakti till yet. When if you go to them, please start your bhakti, they say बहुत time है, there is a lot of time, lot of time, and the deathbed, there is a lot of time actually. So yeah, we should start our bhakti so sincerely, so that Krishna will accept us soon. So yes. So next, anyone, Prabhuji, anything you wanna add on this?
Mataji, I
Yes,
want to add.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sakundala Mataji, yes.
Mataji, this material world can also be said that this is like a Sudhar Kriya
हाँ true. सुधार कहते
for
हैं.
us.
Yeah,
it's a
just
kind of
like
jail, Mataji.
jail
Jail.
Mataji.
It's a
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
jail.
yeah, yeah. Jail. Yes. Like
It's called Durg in
Prabhupada.
Sanskrit.
Yes,
Durg.
yes.
Durg in Sanskrit. This jail.
Like
Yes, Prabhuji.
like a kedi, like a murderer is go to jail because for purifying So similarly we are in this jail, and we are in this jail, but we are want to enjoy. अरे भाई बिरयानी मंगा दो, फोन कर लगा दो अपने घर में, अरे ये कर दो, अरे खैनी ला लो, कुछ खा तो ले, अरे दारू भी ला लो. So we are enjoying on this jail actually.
Yes,
Actually,
Mataji.
Mataji, I want to add something.
Yeah.
Few days back, I and one of my friends were walking downstairs, and Mataji was standing there, and my friend was constantly staring at her, and he fell down off the stairs, and that time I recalled that, oh, if you will have little desire, then you will fall down. And he fell down very badly.
Amazing.
And that same Mataji came and she helped her to stand.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
And after that, he was not looking at her. He understood something, I guess.
We have, who, who is more attracted form of Krishna, who is Krishna, and Krishna is who who is attracted, who is pure beautiful, but our mind is monkey mind, and you go, okay, look at that Mataji, look at that Prabhuji, how handsome he is. Arey Baba, look at the Krishna na. He is more beautiful than your material thing. All the material things is a spark of Krishna. See how Krishna beautiful. Those in this whole world, if you see any beautiful things, any beautiful, that is Miss World, Mr. World, कुछ भी हो जाए, हाँ, anything, any beautiful, that is a kanika, just a spark of a Krishna. What is this nonsensical? Okay, so we're gonna start our chapter 5. Is our last chapter of this book. Okay, Sakuntala Mataji, you wanna read?
Yes, sure, Mataji. Mataji, can you please recite the shlok?
Yeah, okay. उद्धरः सर्व एवेत यानि त्व आत्मनि मे मतम् अस्तिः सहि युक्ते उतात्मा माम एवन्तु माम गतिम्. Hare Krishna.
Okay, Mataji. All these devotees are undoubtedly magnanimous souls, but he who is situated in knowledge of me I consider to be just like my own self. Being engaged in my transcendental service, he is sure to attain me the highest and most perfect goal. Gita 7.8, 7.18. Here Krishna is saying that all the men who come to him, whether they be distressed, in need of money, curious, etc., are welcomed. But out of them, the person who is in knowledge is very dear to him. The others are welcomed because it is understood that in course of time, if they continue on the path to God, they will become as good as the man of knowledge. Generally, however, it so happens that when one goes to church for profit and the money doesn't come, he concludes that approaching God is nonsense and he gives up all the connection with church. That is the danger of approaching God with ulterior motives. For instance, during World War II, it was reported that many wives of German soldiers went to church to pray for their husbands' safe return. But when they found their husbands had been killed in the battle, they became atheistic. Thus, we want God to become our order supplier, and when He doesn't supply our order, we say there is no God. That's the effect of praying for material things. In this connection, there is a story of a little boy, about 5 years old, named Dhruv, who belonged to a royal family. In the course of time, his father, the king, tired of his mother and disposed her as his queen. He then took another woman as a queen and she became stepmother to the boy. She was very envious of Dhruv, and one day, as Dhruv was sitting on the father's knee, she insulted him. Oh, you can't sit on the lap of your father, she said, because you're not born of me. She dragged Dhruv from his father's lap, and the boy became very angry. He was the son of a Kshatriya, and Kshatriyas are notorious for their quick tempers. Dhruv took this to be a great insult and he went to his mother, who had been disposed. Dear mother, he said, my stepmother has insulted me by dragging me from my father's lap. Dear son, the mother replied, what can I do? I'm helpless, and your father no longer cares for me. Well, how can I take revenge? The boy asked. My dear boy, you're helpless. Only if God helps you, you can take revenge. Oh, where is God? Dhruv asked enthusiastically. I understand so many sages go to jungle and forest to see God. The mother replied, they undergo great penances and austerities in order to find God there. At once, Dhruv went to forest and began asking the tiger and the elephant, "Oh, are you God? Are you God?" In this way, he was questioning all the animals. Seeing that Dhruv was very much inquisitive, Sri Krishna sent Narad Muni to see about the situation. Narad quickly went to the forest and found Dhruv. "My dear boy," Narad said, "you belong to the royal family. You can't suffer all this penance and austerities. Please return to your home. Your mother and father are very much anxious for you." "Please don't try to divert me in that way," the boy said. "If you know something about God, or if you know how I can see God, please tell me. Otherwise, go away and don't disturb me." When Narad saw that Dhruv was so determined, he initiated him as a disciple and gave him the mantra, "Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya." Dhruv chanted this mantra and became perfect, and God came before him. "My dear Dhruv, what do you want? You can take from me whatever you want." "My dear Lord," the boy replied, "I was undergoing such severe penances simply for my father's kingdom and land, but now I have seen you. Even the great sages and saints can't see you. What is my profit? I left my home to find merely some scraps of glass and rubbish, and instead I have found a very valuable diamond. Now I am satisfied. I have no need to ask anything of you." Mataji, is it okay?
Okay, Mataji, thank you so much. Prabhuji, anything you want to add on this topic? There is a lot of, I think.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, Prabhuji.
Mataji, firstly, upon seeing the Supreme Personality of Godhead, all of one's desires are satisfied because he's so beautiful that all the things in this world fades in front of him. In one of the lectures of Amogla Prabhu, he was telling that if we develop love for the deities of Lord, then nothing in this world can seem us more beautiful than the deities.
Yeah, yeah, true. Okay, Prabhuji, can you tell me what is the mother name of Dhruva?
What, Mataji?
The mother name of Dhruva is Dhruva Maharaj's mother name.
Uh, I cannot recall, Mataji.
I think one is Suruchi and Suniti, right? Suniti. Yes, Suniti.
Yes,
Yeah,
Yes,
Mataji.
Suniti.
Suniti.
So I once listened this story. There is two wife. One is Suruchi and one is Suniti, right? Suruchi is Ruchi. Ruchi means the entertainment sense gratification. And one is Suniti. Suniti means you have to go on the principle. So if we choose like a what is the father name of Dhruva Maharaj? I think it's father or something. Uh, what is his name? It,
Mataji, Uttarayan Pad.
yes, yes, yes. Then path, if we choose Suruchi, it gives us pain because after choosing Suruchi, all the things is against of us. If we choose Suniti, we can burn up sun like Dhruva Maharaj. So Dhruva Maharaj, if we have so much, things for this material world, oh my dear Krishna, give me some money. Oh my Krishna, give me some things. I listen from my friend that you follow Krishna conscious. I say yes. So what Krishna gives you? And he say that I think she say that Krishna, separate us from my boyfriend. I say what? What would a Rahul break up with you? What is the relation of Krishna in this? Does Krishna says us to patch up with that person? Huh? What is the relationship of with Krishna? So there is the third class mentality in this our society. So
Yeah,
that's the
Mataji.
things. Yeah. So my point is, if we have this material world things of greed, oh Krishna, give me a beautiful boy in my world, my family, if you see that boy, oh my god, what a jamai you find. I want a girl who is more beautiful or like Aishwarya Rai and above that person. Give me that girl. Please give me that girl. Please give me some austerities. Please give me my money. Please. अरे भाई इन सब के लिए if we have this desire after coming to Krishna consciousness, like Dhruva Maharaj said, I get a diamond, I get Krishna prema, I get Vaishnava seva prema. So what I do, what I need for this, what I need this third class things. So this is I think the uh, I want to say. Okay, anything
Yeah,
anyone
Mataji.
have question or anything anyone have add something? Okay,
No, Mataji.
okay, Mataji. Sambhavi Mataji, you wanna read Mataji?
जी माता जी.
Okay, Mataji, continue. From my dear Dhruva is my dear Lord. Okay, Mataji. From my dear Lord.
My dear Lord, the boy replied, I was undergoing servances simple for my father kingdom and land, but no, I have seen you. Even the great says and sand cannot see you. What is my profit? I left. I left my home to find really some scrap of glass and rubbish, and instead I have found a very valuable demand. Now I am certified. I have no need to ask anything of you. Choose even though the one may be poverty stricken for in distress. If he goes to God with the same determination as Durva intent on seeing God and taking his benedictions, and if he happens to see God, he will no longer want anything material. He come to understand the foolishness of material poisonous, and he put the illusion aside for the real thing. When one becomes stood in Krishna constellation like Durva Maharaj, he becomes fully satisfied and does not want anything. The Jant, the wise man, knows now that material things are flickers. He also know that they are three accept that complicate all material gain. One want profit from his work, one want adorers from other because of his riches, and one want fame because of his wealth. In any case, he know that all of these apply but to the body, and that when the body is finished they also go. When the body die, one is no longer a rich man but a street soul, and according to his work he has to enter any one body. The Gita say that a wise man is not bewildered by this, for he know that what is what work he has to enter in another body. The Gita say that a wise man is not beloved by this, for he know that what is what. Why then should be bother themselves? He attained material wealth. His attitude is, I have a internal connection with Krishna, the supreme Lord. No later me establish that relationship firmly, so that Krishna will take me back to his kingdom. The cosmic situation is giving us all facility to establish that relationship with Krishna and return to Godhead. This should be our mission in life. Everything we need is being supplied by God: land, grain, fruit, milk, shelter, and clothing. We only have to live peacefully and cultivate Krishna consciousness. That should be your mission in life. We should therefore be satisfied with what God has supplied in the form of good, sheltered, defense, and sex, and should not want more and more and more. The best type of civilization is one that ascribes to the maxim of plain living and high thinking. It is not possible to manufacture food for sex in a factory. These are whatever else we require are supplied by God. For business is to take advantage of these thing and become God conscious. Although God has given us all facility to live peacefully on this earth, cultivate Krishna consciousness, and finally to come to Him in His age. We are unfortunate. We are short lived, and there are so many people without good shelter. Keep silent. Sorry. Married life or difference from the on laughter of nature. This is due to the influence of this east of Kali. Therefore, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saying that full situation in this is emphasized the absolute necessity for cultivating spiritual life and who should we do it. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives the formula. Har har
हरे
नामा,
नामा
हर हर नामा, हर हर नामवा
हरे कृष्ण माता जी.
केवाला कल. हरे कृष्णा माता जी.
जी माता जी, I am reading that verse माता जी. Okay.
ओके
Yeah.
माता जी.
हरेर्नाम हरेर्नाम एव केवलम कलौ नास्तेव गतिरन्यथा. माता जी, continue your translation today.
Okay, Mataji. Um, just always chant Hare Krishna. Never mind whether you are in a factory or in hell, in a safe or in a skyscraper. It does not matter. Just go on chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. There is no expense, there is no immediate, there is no caste, there is no creed, there is no color. Anyone can do it. Just chant and hear. Somehow or other, if one comes into contact with Krishna consciousness, so, and executes the process under the guidance of a bona fide guide, he is sure to come back to God.
Okay, माता जी. हरे कृष्ण. प्रभु जी, anything want
Hare
to add?
Krishna.
Yeah, Mataji.
Yeah.
So, Mataji, here Prabhupada is telling us how deadly is this age of Kali Yuga, how bad it is. Here, no parents is working. Many people, the Karmi people, generally the Karmi people, they prefer doing yagyas. But nowadays, neither the ghee is pure, nor the Brahmana who is doing the yagya is pure. So they don't get the full benefit of yagya. It's just like for
Yes.
their own satisfaction, they're lighting up the fire and they're doing something, but they don't get the full benefit. And brahmanas also nowadays what they're
And
doing.
चैतन्य
uh
महाप्रभु को पता था ये सब कि ये होने वाला
yeah,
है
yeah,
कलयुग
yeah,
में, इसलिए तो वो
yeah.
संकीर्तन यज्ञ देने आई थी. या.
Because nowadays na students cannot do all those things, yagya and all these all other stuff. But we can definitely chant in any circumstances, whether we are in our university, whether we are at our work, we can chant. And university is not better in hell for us devotees. It's not better in hell, so we can chant over there. That's all, Mataji.
Actually, Srila Prabhupada once comment when in Shikshathakam that Etadashe Tava Kripa Bhagavan Mamapi Durdeva. Oh God, your mercy was so unto but my in my I am so Durdeva. I mean infortunate that I can't reciprocate it. I can't continue this bhakti. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is non different from Radha and Krishna, is coming up to give us bhakti. who is more merciful than him, who is more say that keval hari naam se, only hari nama eva kevalam, just chant and Hare Krishna and you go back head to Godhead. Just chant Hare Krishna, dance Hare Krishna, sing with Hare Krishna and go back to Godhead. In Satya Yuga you have to do tapasya of crore years. In Treta yuga you have to do yajnas. In Dwapar Yuga you have to worship, and in Kali Yuga you just eat Mahaprasadam, chant Hare Krishna, dance Hare Krishna, and go back to Godhead. Wow, what is the great opportunity this Kali Yuga have! But we are most fallen people that we are think that what is Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we can't chant on the beats and all, we can't do this, so let's sleep on the bed. We have bed and just sleep, just sleep and just do this material things how it goes like. So if someone, actually I listen from Among Leela Prabhuji, a mother should be like Suniti, who is encourage his child to go to Krishna consciousness, to meet Hari, to tapasya, to glorify Hari, so that a person can be liberated or to go back head to Godhead. You know. So yes. Anything anyone have any doubts? Prabhuji, anything wanna add?
No, Mataji.
Okay. Okay, anything anyone have to add? Sankutala Mataji, Sambhavi Mataji, are you understanding these verses right? Hare Krishna, Sambhavi Mataji.
जी माता जी.
Ji Mataji, you are understanding those things now, right? Anything any have doubt, you can ask Mataji. Okay?
ओके माता जी.
Yeah. Okay. Yashashwini Mataji. Okay, we can continue 3 more minutes. Okay. We have to read all the people who are. Okay. Yashashwini Mataji, are you kind to available to read?
Yes, Mataji.
Sorry.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Okay. Okay, just continue Mataji one or half, one just paragraph
Okay,
Mataji,
Mataji.
because time was going to up. Okay, Mataji.
Okay, okay. बहुनां जन्मनाम् अन्ते ज्ञानावान् मां प्रपद्यते वासुदेव सर्वमिति समाहात्मा सुदुर्लभः. After many births and deaths, he who is actually in knowledge surrenders unto me, knowing me to be the cause of all causes and all that is. Such a great soul is very rare. Philosophical research into the science of God has been prosecuted for many births. God realization is very easy, philosophical research philosophical research in the science of God has to be prosecuted for many births. God realization is very easy, but at the same time, it is very difficult. It is easy for those who accept Krishna's word as truth, but those who try to understand through research work by dint of advancement of knowledge have to create their faith after finishing so much research work, and this process takes many births. There are different types of transcendentalists called Tattvavits, Tattvavits who know the absolute truth. The transcendentalists call the absolute truth that in which there is no duality. In that absolute truth, there is no duality. Everything is on same level. One who knows this is truth is called Tattvavit. Tattvavit. Mataji, is it okay or should I continue this?
Okay, Mataji. Anyone have to, if anyone have to read, then they can continue. If not, then Yashashin Mataji will continue. Rajvans Prabhuji, you wanna read Prabhuji? Prabhuji, any?
Yes,
Okay. Ronak Prabhuji, you wanna add something onto this?
No, Mataji.
Okay, Prabhuji. Okay, Rajvans Prabhuji, just read just one para. Okay, Prabhuji. I'm sorry for
okay.
okay. I'm sorry for this because time is going to up, and I know all the devotees in heart they will say, okay, कब खत्म होगा कब हम जाएंगे. So I just want to read those things. Okay, okay, you can read. Yeah.
Okay, Mataji. Krishna proclaims that the absolute truth is three aspects: Brahmana, Paramatma, and Bhagwan. The the impersonal Brahmana effulgence, the localized super soul and supreme personality of Godhead. Thus, there are these angles from which one may envision the absolute truth. One many view of view a mountain from a great distance and thus perceive it to form one angle of vision. As he becomes closer, he may see the trees and foliage of the mountains, and if he begins to climb the mountain, he will find so much vegetation in the trees, plants, and animals. The objective is the same, but due to different angles of vision, says have different conceptions of the absolute truth. Another example: there is a sunshine, the sun disk, and the sun god. One who is the sunshine cannot claim that he is on the sun itself, and one who is situated in the sun is, from the point of view of vision, better situated. The sunshine may be compared to the all pervasive Brahmajyoti, Brahmajyoti effulgence. The locust sun disk may be compared to the locust aspect of the supersoul, and the sun god who resides in the sun may be compared to the personality of Godhead. As on this earth planet we have a multi variety of living entities, we can understand from Vedic literatures that in the sun also there is a variety of living entities, but their bodies are made of fire, just as our just as our just as ours are made of earth. In material nature, there are five gross elements: earth, water, air, fire, and space. In different planets, there are different atmospheres due to one of these five elements prevailing. And there are different bodies for the living entities composed of whatever element may be predominant is a particular planet. We should not think that all planets have the same quality of life, yet there is a uniformity in the sense that these five elements are present in the some form or other. Thus, on some planets, Earth is prominent, fire is prominent, water is prominent, and air and space are prominent. We should not think, therefore, that just because the planet is not composed primarily of Earth or because atmosphere does not duplicate ours, that there is no life of on these planets. Vedic literatures give us information that there are countless planets filled with living entities with different types of bodies. As by making some material adjustment, we may qualify to enter into different material planets. By qualification, we can enter into the spiritual planet where the Supreme Lord resides. That is enough, Mataji?
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Prabhuji. Anything anyone
Okay.
have doubt?
Yeah, Mataji.
Okay, okay.
Mataji, many a times we listen that scientists claim that there is no life on the fire on the sun planet. There is no life on this planet. There is no life of that planet. But these claims does not go with our Vedic truth, with our Vedic with the revelation of our Vedic scriptures. Because according to Vedic scriptures, the sun is also having a sun is a planet, and it's also having inhabitants. But some years earlier only, scientists have found such a kind of bacteria that can sustain in fire also. That doesn't extinguishes in fire.
Hmm. Yes.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah. There are so many planets in whole world. Whole creation, there is Ananta Vishnu, there is Ananta Loka. So if you want someone practice on the one particular sense, he can go any of all the planets. Anyone any have doubt on this particular world, or we just move on to this, because I think there is after doubts. Okay, anyone have any doubts? We can ask. If not, we can continue. Um, okay. Srishti Mataji, you can read. Okay, Mataji. Srishti Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Okay, Mataji, you wanna read?
Yeah, Mataji.
Okay, Mataji, you can read one paragraph. Sorry, Mataji, for the inconvenience. Okay, Mataji.
Okay, okay Mataji.
Okay, okay. Ananya Mataji, you are for the future you are going to, right, Mataji? Ananya Mataji.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah,
Mataji.
yeah. For after Srishti Mataji, you can read Mataji. Okay. Haribol. Okay, Mataji. Srishti Mataji,
Okay.
you can continue. Yeah. Haribol.
Those who worship the demigods will take birth among the demigods. Those who worship the ancestor go to the ancestor, and those who worship me will live with me. Those who okay, those who trying to enter higher planets can go there, and those who are trying to qualify to enter into Golok, Vrindavan, the planet of Krishna, can also enter there by the process of Krishna consciousness. Before going to India, we may acquire our description of what the country is like. Hearing about a place is the first experience. Similarly, if we want to get information about the planet where God lives, we have to hear. We cannot immediately make an experiment and go there. This that is not possible. But we have so many description of the supreme planet in the Vedic literature. For instance, the Brahma Samhita states, okay, Mataji, please read the slogan.
Ananya Mataji, you can read Mataji. Haribol. You can read one paragraph, Mataji. Haribol, Ananya Mataji. Hare Krishna, Ananya Mataji. Hare Krishna. Mataji, are you available? Okay, Mataji. Okay. Okay. So, Prabhuji, you know, add something.
No, Mataji.
Okay, Prabhuji. Okay. Ananya Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji. Should I start?
Yes, Mataji, and you can read one paragraph, Mataji. Okay, sorry for that because
Okay,
time is
Mataji.
already up. Okay, Mataji.
Okay, Mataji. चिन्तामणि प्रकरः साधमाशु कल्पवृक्ष लक्ष लक्षव्रतेषु सुराभिरपि अभिपलायन्तं लक्ष्मीसहस्रशता सम्भ्रम सेव्यमनं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, the first progenitor who is tending the cows, fulfilling all desires in abodes built with spiritual gems, surrounded by millions of wish fulfilling trees, always served with great reverence and affection by hundreds of thousands of Lakshmis or Gopis. There are also other detailed descriptions given, especially in the Brahma Samhita. Those who are trying to realize the absolute truth are categorized according to the aspect of the absolute truth on which they concentrate. Those who concentrate on Brahma, the impersonalists, are called Brahmavadis. Generally, those who are trying to realize the absolute truth first of all realize the Brahma Jyoti. Those who concentrate on the super soul, the localized form of the Lord in the heart, called Paramatma, are known as Paramatmavadis. The Supreme Lord, by his plenary portion, is sitting in everyone's heart, and by meditation and concentration, one can perceive this form. Not only is he within everyone's heart, but he is situated within every atom of the creation. This Paramatma
Realization is the second stage. The third and last stage is the realization of Bhagavan, the supreme personality of Godhead. Because there are three main stages of realization, the supreme absolute truth is not attained in one birth. Bahunam Janmamanam Ante. If one is fortunate, he can achieve the ultimate in 1 second. But generally, it takes many, many, many years and many, many births to realize what God is. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Prabhuji, you wanna say something on Srishti Mataji's question? She said that if we don't worship ancestors, we cannot go back to Golaka. Golaka. Is it true, Mataji? I think no.
No, 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 Mataji, it's not true because Krishna confirms that if you worship the Pitras, then you go to Pitraloka.
Yes.
It's not that you will go to Goloka. It's same thing as now. If we try to board on a train to Delhi, we won't reach Mumbai because the train will go to Delhi only. It won't go to Mumbai.
Yeah. Okay, you can give if you are into Krishna conscious, you don't have to pinda dana kriya. There is a kriya when our in our family also that is happen. It says that if we don't do that pitru karma, the the pitrus loko who are dead, we are the grandfather or grandmother, they don't get a body, or they actually after this they wait in a special loko, pitru loko, to get a body, to get a good body. So this is the pinda dana kriya karma. If you are in Krishna conscious, there is no need of doing such programs. But yes, you can do this because we are not that particular stage. But people do this because we are not that particular stage. In Krishna conscious, they are already into that particular time, Mataji. They will get a body, so human body, so that they practice bhakti. Okay, Mataji, Srishti Mataji. Prabhuji, you want to add something onto this? Did I say anything wrong or something?
No, no, Mataji.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much to everyone to join in this meeting, because there is already time. There is 30 minutes. I just, do this. Sorry for everyone for my, please forgive me. And thank you so much for presenting here. Thank you for your association. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. So we are ending our class or session. So chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Please unmute yourself and chant with me. Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram.
Ram,
Ram Ram,
Hare Hare.
Thank you so much. Hare Krishna, Dandat
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna, Mataji.
Dandat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Mataji and Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandat, Prabhuji, Dandat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Mataji and Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Shankutala Mataji, Dandat Pranam.